Welcome back to the 6th episode of Sports Avenue, where Steve and I discuss hot topics in the world of sports. Today we're going to talk about Kareem the Dream Hunt. MLB is coming back, and the free agency bug that is the problem with baseball. Trevor Bauer, and we will end this week talking about the Alliance of American Football and how last week went and up this upcoming week.
Absolutely. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good show. I think we're going to mix in a little bit of Colin Kaepernick, too, mainly because he's human garbage. But, hey, listen in for more. Go ahead and follow us on Twitter at SportsAv_. SportsAv_. We're on Facebook. I got an ad out this week. Go ahead and follow us. I got an article about Kareem Hunt dropping tomorrow on Dog Pound Daily.
Yeah.
Follow us on Facebook, Sports Avenue with Jim and Steve. Instagram, Sports_Avenue 440. And hit us up on our Gmail, sportsav440@gmail.com. Now, we're going to be talking about Kareem Hunt for a long time here, mainly because it's Kareem the Dream.
Yeah, he's from here.
And, he's from a city over from where we grew up.
Literally.
So, literally. I work in Willoughby. So, I know what the history teacher at Willoughby South used to be a head coach for a high school.
Yes, he was.
I mean, just saying, it's kind of a big deal.
No big deal.
I mean, I played a scrimmage against him my freshman year, so I mean, I've met him, and we played youth football. Played youth football against him, or I did. You didn't. You're a pup. I'm an old man. So
yeah.
I mean, him and Trubisky.
Yeah.
So I mean, and I know somebody close to him that was at his draft party. So I mean, I have a little more information in the whole scandal and the video and all that happened than most people. But hey, what are you gonna do? However, Kareem Hunt, welcome home, man.
Hello.
Welcome home.
You're getting us a Super Bowl.
Yeah, you're at least going to get us the playoffs. We're talking AFC North division winners.
You should be.
Champs. Oh, for sure. I mean, come on. He's on the Browns.
Oh, yes, he is.
You take away the off-field nonsense, which is exactly what it is nonsense. And he's arguably the best running back in the NFL.
I put him second behind Zeke.
I'm sorry?
I
heard you, but second behind Zeke.
Yeah.
So, well, I mean, granted, Zeke has to carry that team.
I like him more than Gurley.
I do too. Mainly because last year, his rookie year, he led the league in rushing.
And Gurley.
He was pacing to do so this year. Hunt was pacing to do so this year.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I've said it on the show. Gurley was one of the big reasons why I won my league this year.
But he's not the reason they won the Super Bowl.
Man, he choked hard. That entire team choked.
Hey, Sean, how you doing?
Yeah.
How you doing, Sean McVay?
Sean, you a little butthurt, Sean? You a little sad, Sean?
Yeah. Didn't get off the bus at all.
Didn't get off the bus. Didn't make any changes. No, we got a game plan. We're going to go with it. We're just going to let Jared Goff throw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw
Zach Taylor. Losing him's really going to hurt you.
Oh,
you
yeah.
freaking bum.
Oh, yeah.
God, you know what? Cincinnati's so happy about signing him, too.
They don't even have a defensive coordinator yet. They were going to get the guy from Florida, and that guy rejected. He's staying at Florida. So you know how bad they are? Really bad.
Oh, man.
And Florida isn't even that good anymore.
No.
So
the Gators? Oh, trash. Trash.
When were they last good with Urban Meyer?
Tim Tebow ring a bell?
Percy Harvin.
The jump pass? Percy Harvin. God, that's a name I haven't heard in forever. He should join the AAF.
Yeah.
No, he's old now, isn't he? He's going to die.
Yeah, but
he turned into dust like Steve Smith. Oh, Percy Harvin catches a pass. Dust.
Steve Smith was good, though. I liked
Steve. I mean, he was. Yeah, all right. Yes, he was good. I just didn't like how he was all scrappy. He wanted to fight everybody all the time.
Yeah, hey.
Yeah, it was dumb.
He'd be good in this league.
If he would have acted like Hines Ward. And as a Browns fan, that pains me to say it, Hines Ward was an athlete. He was a proper...
He still is.
Yeah, exactly. Steve Smith isn't. Hines Ward was a competitor at its finest. During the play, he was in your face. Afterwards, he was cool about it.
Steve Smith was in there the whole game.
The whole game. He was just, just being a dick. He was just the whole game. Nah, I didn't like it. I didn't like him. Anyway. Yeah, but back to Kareem the Dream. That's exactly what he is.
Yeah.
You watch him play.
I guess you could say the Browns are in the hunt this year.
Yeah, they sure are.
Oh, yeah.
Sure are, James.
AFC North hunt.
Realistically, though,
They shouldn't even be in the hunt. They should be dominating.
They should be. If they would have started Baker the whole season, granted,
Hugh Jackson
if you would have had a kicker, and if Hugh Jackson wasn't the coach, you're an 11-win team.
If you don't have, I think if you get rid of Hugh Jackson, I think you're okay.
Yeah.
But we talked about that already.
Yeah, we did.
In one of our previous episodes, so check it out.
What I look forward to is Baker, Chubb, Landry. I'm really hoping. I wrote an article earlier this week about them grabbing OBJ from the Giants. I think that is actually a possibility. I think that's going to happen.
Maybe.
I think whatever. So what would you give up for him? If they were going to trade for OBJ...
I really don't think they need him. That's the thing.
I do. I think they need a number one. Landry is not a number one.
No, he's a number two.
Exactly. So they need a number one. So who is it? Why not OBJ?
If Perriman can turn into anything, I think
Rashad Perriman caught 16 passes this year.
I get that, but he's got to develop.
He does need to develop. However,
he could be the number one.
I mean, he could over time, unless he has a great camp. I don't think he's going to be this year, though. I think he's going to play the role he played this last year, which wasn't awful. No. But we need more than 16 catches and 2 touchdowns.
Oh yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. He was just a big playmaker. If he can become
he was.
If he can become more consistent, I think he could be a number one. Then you have him, then Landry, then Callaway. That's a great front three.
It's not awful. However, I think Callaway's got a lot of potential.
Oh yeah,
I think Callaway has a lot of potential.
Yeah, he was supposed to be he could have been a first-round pick in the draft.
Yep. He was looking to go first.
Well, talent-wise, he's a first-round overall, but then or first round.
First round, not first overall. Cool. Killing me, kid.
Yeah, first round.
He's a first-round pick, absolutely. They were talking about that.
Yeah, but he got into off-field problems, and now he's
what are you gonna do?
He's a steal. That's a bargain for.
Oh, I agree.
For his talent,
I agree.
Same with Hunt. He doesn't even get he's only getting $1 million this year at the most.
1.1, and that's if he's eligible to play in every game.
Yeah, and that's not even going to happen. He's going to get suspended.
And then we have his rights next year too. So
he's restricted. So.
Yep. The way I look at it is, you trade for OBJ. Granted, the cap. I don't want to hear about the cap right now.
I feel like
the cap's not a problem for the next 3 years.
I think the Browns would have to give up like Zeitler or Bitonio because the Giants suck at line, and they're gonna have to build around Barkley then. So you're
They should build around Barkley anyway. Sterling Shepard can't carry the team. Evan Ingram is okay, but he's more of a receiver than a tight end.
That's what I'm saying. So
Eli's a mouth breathing loser.
So that's what I'm saying. Why would you want? I don't know. I don't think you.
You want to build around Barkley? That's cool. Hey,
that's what I'm saying.
We'll give you our 17th overall pick this year, and we'll give you say a 7th and a 5th
for OBJ.
OBJ,
that's not going to happen.
And maybe our first next year.
That won't happen.
I think it should. I think if you're the Giants, how can you say no? You are a garbage team. Dwayne Haskins is going to come in, and you'll win a couple games. You'll do okay. But if Barkley gets hurt, you are dead in the water. Yeah. Even with OBJ, you're dead in the water.
Yeah, but I think the Giants want actual players because they want to try and win now.
I guess if you're the Giants, how do you say, I want to win now? You are full-on rebuilding. And if you don't draft Dwayne Haskins at, 6? Or if you don't trade up to get him?
I think they're 5th.
I thought they were 6. Anyway.
Yeah, either way.
Or if you don't trade up to grab him, or if somebody else trades up to get him, and you end up with Kyler Murray, or any other quarterback.
I think Haskins fits what.
Absolutely.
And if he has OBJ and Sterling,
which is great. Sterling can catch.
But they don't have a line.
He's solid.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. They don't have a line. So if you give up Zeitler, which I'm not big on, but he's the oldest one on the line, you give up Zeitler, you give up the first-round pick this year. Zeitler is the number 2 guard?
That's what I'm saying. You're giving up Zeitler.
In the league?
He is the oldest, but
he's 29.
I was saying, you're giving up.
He's solid, but that's one dude.
Yeah, but who do you replace him with?
What's his name? The guy that didn't play last year. The dude that was all. He was he was hurt or something.
I know.
You took him high in the second round last year. You're either going to play him or you're not. You're
right.
already looking to re-sign Greg Robinson.
Yeah.
So you got your tackles, which I think he's a backup, but what do I know? I think if that's what it takes, yes, you do it.
I just don't want. I don't know about risking up the line to get Baker hurt. I think you guys.
I don't want to get Baker hurt either. However,
that's what I'm saying. I don't know.
If you have Jarvis Landry. If you go out and you grab OBJ, their wide receivers coach was their wide receivers coach at LSU.
Was it really?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yes. Should have read my article, James.
Sorry.
All three of them back together again. I mean, and then you got Callaway. You have all these younger kids that can build on their talent. Callaway's talented. He was 2 drops and a fumble away from having 3 more touchdowns and like 300 more yards this year.
Yeah.
Well, not 300, maybe like
200.
like a legitimate 200.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's 3 plays away from big name.
Promising.
Yes.
At least
Callaway's legit, and Njoku needs to. You know what?
They both need to become more consistent.
Yeah, and Njoku needs to be more consistent. Higgins had a fine year.
Yeah.
For what he is.
Yeah.
He did just fine.
That's to me.
And Duke, I don't hate. And Duke, I just think that
Higgins did what he was expected to do.
Oh, absolutely, and he's still improved from last year.
I won't even say expected. He did what he was supposed to do. I think. He catches the ball and gets a few yards after the catch. He doesn't do it.
He's a possession guy. He's not quick enough to. I mean, he can make moves, but he's not fast enough to burn anybody.
No, he gets the ball and.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
If Callaway and Njoku can get consistent, that's a really good.
Yeah, like I said, Callaway's what two drops and a fumble away from 3 touchdowns and at least 200 yards.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
That's fine. It's just get more consistent.
Well, and a couple penalties. I mean, realistically, Callaway is big name waiting to happen. Callaway's a sleeper.
He's a
full-on sleeper.
He's a great slot guy, in my opinion.
That's what kills me is because that's where Landry makes his money. He's not a number 1.
Because
you can argue he's really not even a number 2.
I think he's a number 2. If you have a good number 1, like Devontae Parker and the guys.
I'm gonna be pissed. Because Miami's probably going to end up cutting Parker because they can't afford him, and I don't want to see that. I don't want to see a Parker Landry reunion because the Browns don't run it like the don't throw it like the Dolphins did.
Because all the Dolphins do is throw it short.
That's it. That is all they do, and it was exactly Dink and Dak.
Because Tannehill's not good though.
No, he's trash. Baker's legit, but then you got to change up the entire offense. Can Parker do it? I don't think he can. I don't like Parker. I don't. I'd rather run with Landry. Landry's a good leader. Parker, he didn't strike me as one. OBJ is not much of a leader, but he's gotten paid, so he shut up.
Yeah.
Good. Stay shut up. Come to Cleveland. I mean, Landry, OBJ, and Baker train in the offseason. They're training together. Mm-hmm. Writing's on the wall. I don't know, man.
I just don't know how much.
Who was it? Jay Glazer got gruff this week from the entire internet. Because he said OBJ is going to get traded this year. All New York Giants fans got pissed and started threatening him and his kids.
I mean, I don't know what's key. Well, if OJ signed for the money, obviously that's the only reason.
Yeah, he signed for the money. He signed for the money because that's what he wanted. Eli is holding him back. If they draft Dwayne Haskins, I mean, I don't see why they would trade him. But at the same time,
yeah, they gotta go for a quarterback.
Yeah, you have to. If you don't draft a quarterback and you're going to run with Eli. I'm just gonna laugh in your face.
Yeah, you're not gonna get any more.
Ugh.
You're not gonna get any more than 6 wins or 7.
No way.
Most. You'll just be back at 5-11, and Saquon has another wasted year.
Oh, rookie of the year! Wow, you did so good. How'd your team do? Oh, were you in the hunt for the playoffs? Oh no!
And they're about to lose Landon Collins in the safety,
which is bad for them because their defense is awful.
He's the only bright spot, maybe besides Olivier Vernon. And that's it.
And I think his contract's coming up too.
Probably.
I think his contract's up too. I'd have to look. That team is straight trash. And defensively, they are lacking everywhere.
Besides a position or two, and both of them are about to leave. So at that time, your defense is about to be getting...
So then you got to lean on your offense,
And they also,
which is non-existent.
And don't forget, they traded that guy, the D tackle. His nickname's like Snacks or whatever. Harrison.
Snacks?
He went to the Lions. Remember?
No.
He was like, so he's like a Pro Bowl like D tackle, and they got rid of him. But like, if they're getting rid of their defensive guys, why aren't they getting rid of their offensive guys and just completely restarting? They're keeping like
exactly rebuild. Offload OBJ. Browns can pay him. Get out. Offload him. Obviously, I want him. I mean, I want him. I want him on the team. I think that would be insane.
As long as he can stay healthy. And
there we go. Hold on. Landon Collins. No, that's Barwin.
He's just, I mean, to me, he's got to be healthy because he's been hurt the last 2 years.
So
he's been off and on the last few years.
No, he's not up. He's not a free agent this year. All right. Yeah. No, I agree.
If you can't stay healthy, then all that money you're paying him's pointless.
Yeah, there's no reason. Why bother?
Exactly. That's why I'm saying you're paying him all this money. He's taking up a chunk of the salary cap, and if he's not playing, then it's a wasted trade.
Exactly. But back to Kareem the Dream. Welcome home. If you imagine Hunt, Duke, Chubb. Oh, man. Look at that three-headed monster's gross. However, Duke didn't get any playing time this year.
No.
Which, it kills me. You sign him to an extension, and then you don't play him. Why is he on the team? So, my question to you, because we didn't talk about this, and so I don't mean to put you on the spot here, but I do. Duke's question, or his future with the team's called into question, right? Would you say yes or no to that?
He has to be.
He has to be. Okay, so should they keep him?
No. There's no need to, because you can run a running back system with him already.
Which is exactly what they did last year.
And you can easily sign a guy that does what Duke Johnson does for probably a lot cheaper.
Yeah. It's called Kareem Hunt.
No, just like a guy that goes and catches... running back that catches passes.
Hear me out here, okay? I think the Browns should convert Duke to a slot guy.
Yeah, we've said that before. I have no problem doing that, but...
And keep him on. If you're going to keep him, you can't keep him at running back. Hilliard is not bad. He's an okay stepping dude for when the first third string running back or whatever he is. Now he's fourth. He's not bad.
No,
he's not bad. He's an okay back. He's not going to break records, but he's going to at least keep the ball moving.
He's just a depth piece, and that's fine.
Yeah, and Duke doesn't even get on the field, and it kills me. Duke Johnson is way better than the Browns are treating him currently.
Yeah, he is.
And by them going out and grabbing Hunt,
I think it's more or less he just doesn't fit the system what they're running.
No, there's no way.
They're a power running and throw a deep team.
Yeah,
that's why Landry's numbers were not as good. If you look at
absolutely, Landry's numbers were very, very mediocre for what he's done. This was his worst season by far, and he was a shining star on this team, in my opinion.
Oh yeah,
a lot of people mocked him.
Yeah, I did.
Yes, you did.
In the beginning of the year, yeah.
Well, you weren't wrong. You weren't.
He dropped too many freaking passes for being one of the most best hands in the league.
Yeah, he is. He came in as a hands guy. He's not a speed guy either.
No,
he's a possession slot dude. That's why he makes his name. That's his money.
Yeah,
that's why he catches over 100 balls a year.
His hands got to be elite because his speed is average. Everything else about him is kind of average.
Yep, his hands are elite. That's why he just broke the record with what was it? A Brady Quinn for one-handed catches in under a minute. It's a world record. Brady Quinn throwing ducks 10 yards away. You frickin' bum. Jeez. What?
I mean, I think if you either put Duke Johnson in the slot, if you really want to, but
then you're going to be running four wide all the time, just so everybody gets their touches.
If you're running four wide, then that's even pointless because then you have,
or at least three. You're going to run split.
Well, if you don't get an OBJ, it's going to be Brashard Perriman, Antonio Callaway, and Landry. Then you're going to have Njoku, who's lining up either way.
And then Duke or Hunt, or not Duke or Hunt, Chubb or Hunt starting.
Yeah, so where's Duke going to fit into that? And not to mention, you still have Higgins.
See, it's not even including Higgins. And Higgins is more of I think if Higgins develops more, he could take the place of a number one. And I say that, and hear me out, he has the potential to be dominant. He worked on his hands a lot in the offseason.
His hands were never a problem.
Well, I don't know. He had a lot of drops a couple years ago. A lot of drops.
Look who was throwing to him, though.
Yeah, bums. Yeah, I know it. However, I think if he stays healthy and if he's working with Landry, guys that have done this. Landry was leading the league in catches.
Yeah, for the last 4 years, yeah.
Yeah. You let him work with that and their wide receivers coach. You bring OBJ in. You're developing guys. But now you got to pay Higgins this year because they cut him last year like idiots. Farmer cut him. Or was it last year or 2 years ago? And they re-signed him.
Yeah, because they
17.
Was it like a... Yeah, it was something like that.
Like idiots. So now you gotta pay him a little more, which isn't great because what do you do then? Do you let him walk and you keep what you got?
Well, if you're gonna let him walk, you gotta go after another receiver then.
Yeah, why? You drafted Ratley last year.
Yeah,
he barely played, and then what? Willies, who you like Willies?
Yeah,
I'm not high on him. He played one game, maybe.
He played against the Ravens.
Oh,
at home.
I just don't. I think if you want to keep Duke, keep him, convert him to slot. He can run the ball. You know he can run the ball. He doesn't have a rushing touchdown in the league. He's been in the league 3 freaking years.
I prefer you rather trade him and get what you can for him.
I agree. Trade Duke, grab a 3rd round pick. There you go. Bob's your uncle.
Yeah.
I mean, really, he's worth a 3rd somewhere.
Then keep Hilliard or sign somebody.
Or cut Hilliard. I don't care. Or cut Hilliard and keep Duke, but then you better justify why you're paying him all that money that you signed him to last year.
Yeah. Because someone will take Johnson.
Yep.
It's not even a question.
Yep.
Someone will.
Or you'll let Higgins walk and you roll Duke out there. And you throw Callaway as your number 2 and you run Landry as your 1. And that's scary, isn't it? And Duke is your slot. That's terrifying to think.
That's
awful.
That's
why you need to go. So see, my thing is, if they're not going,
that's a risk.
If you're not going to go after a number 1 in trade, which they might not, they may not go for OBJ. It's my dream because I want to see that happen really bad. Mm-hmm. However, if you're not going to go for one, you have to draft one now. Mm-hmm. You have to. Landry is not that answer, and if you think Higgins is, you better develop him fast.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Because Callaway is absolutely your slot guy of the future.
He has to be.
Callaway is your dude.
He's your mismatch.
Callaway is your speed guy down low, and he will beat any linebacker, any D-end, and most corners.
Him and Njoku are like those mismatches that.
Yeah, and Njoku, they really need to utilize him in the red zone a little more this year. I mean, they like, don't get me wrong, Baker was hitting Perriman 30 yards deep with,
if Njoku can get like hot in like the red zone, be like that red zone threat,
which he can. That's why they drafted him.
That's what he's supposed to be.
Dude's insane.
That's what I'm saying. He's an athletic freak.
Dude looks like he could jump a truck.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. That athletic tight end that could legit be like top 5 in the league. He has that potential.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he has the potential to be better than a Travis Kelce. I think Duke could be a top 3 tight end in the league.
Oh yeah,
if they utilize him a little more.
Yeah, he won't be a blocking tight end.
That's
he's just a receiving tight end, which is fine.
No, and then you got Fells out there who.
He
was okay. I'd keep him. Sign him for another year or 2.
I think Njoku and DeValve. I think Seth DeValve.
No. I think Seth DeValve's overrated. I think if you're gonna do anything with DeValve, you could convert him to fullback. Him or Fells. One of them need to go to fullback.
I wouldn't do that to Fells. I think if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it to DeValve.
He's younger.
Yeah.
He's faster. Yeah. Plus he can block. He's a good blocking tight end.
Plus Fells is like 6. I think he's a bigger guy.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'd rather have him as a target than a blocker.
All right, fair enough. I don't doubt that.
But I mean, in that case, if you have Hunt and Chubb, though,
oh man,
why are you gonna run a fullback? You don't need to.
No, I mean really, you don't. But at the same time, it'd be nice for somebody else to take that first hit instead of the dude that's always carrying the rock.
I'm not.
I mean, if you want to pull lineman, that's cool, but you still got to cover the back end.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I mean, I guess I look at it like you have Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt is a top 3 running back in any conversation that you have right now in this league.
If you take away his incident, yeah.
I mean, yeah, and even with the incident, his
now,
skill set is still there.
I'm just saying, if that never happened,
he's still pacing to do exactly what he did in 2017.
Yeah.
And he was actually pacing for more touchdowns. So I think his production was actually only going up.
Yeah, because with Mahomes...
Mahomes is gross.
That's what I'm saying.
The stuff he did this year was disgusting.
If the Chiefs had Hunt going into the playoffs, I think they could have gone to the Super Bowl.
With Kareem Hunt in that defense?
Yeah.
Damn. Well,
and plus if D4 doesn't go offside.
Well, yeah. I think so too. I think that would have helped carry the load the last few games of the year for him.
Yeah, Mahomes doesn't have to throw 50 times a game. I mean, he's used to that, but I mean, still save his arm.
Yeah.
Plus, Hunt can run the ball really well.
God, 4.7 yards a carry, 6 yards a carry is what he's averaging.
That doesn't surprise me.
Through 2 years. Well, through 27 games because he played 11.
They've always had a great offense because Andy Reid's there. That's why.
It was like 4.7. He averaged 4.6 yards a carry this year. That's disgusting.
Yeah, in the NFL, that's really good.
Yeah, it's insanely good. It was one of the best.
Oh, yeah.
I think...
It has to be.
Oh, man. I love it. I love the thought of it. Because he's faster than Chubb.
Yeah, he is.
And he can pound people over like Chubb. But he's elusive, man. He's elusive like Duke.
I wouldn't say like Duke, but yeah, he's an elusive back.
Come on. No. I think I'm getting all excited just thinking about it.
I just want to make sure Chubb gets his playing time because he deserves that.
See, and that's what everybody I've talked to about this is worried about. Chubb's not going to get the touches now, and he might not. I mean, realistically, Hunt is the better back.
I get that, but Chubb is also.
I think if Chubb gets a full year starting, he also is going to...
He's a top 5... He could be a top 5 back.
He's going to prove to be a... Yes, I think so. I absolutely agree with that.
You're talking about Hunt and Chubb? I mean, those are...
Oh, man. Could you imagine 2,000-yard rushers in this league today?
Yeah.
When it's all about passing?
That's my thing. Like, both of them are just... I think... I mean, Hunt's obviously more talented, which is not a problem, but to me, Chubb is... He's good enough to play. You can't.
Oh, absolutely.
He cannot be sitting.
Oh,
to me, if he's on the sideline, then there's a problem.
I agree.
He can't sit. To me, he can't.
No.
Look, he was a top 10 back this year.
Yeah, he was a top 10 back, and yeah, we're looking at NFL stats right now.
So you figure
top 10 back. He didn't even play all year, and he averaged 5.2 yards a carry. That's disgusting. Oh my God, that is gross.
That's what I'm saying.
5.2 yards. He only started 9 games.
Yeah, and when he played in those games where he was sitting, or he was not playing, he got like 3 carries. He still had like
400 yards.
Yeah, if I wouldn't say 300, I would say like.
Well, yeah, he had 300 yards in the one span of like 4 weeks or something.
Yeah, he had like probably 150 to 200 within those games where he wasn't starting.
Yeah, he also had 20 catches. You know that.
Yeah, he did a little bit out of the backfield.
Yes, he did. A lot of screens. God, look at that.
That's what I'm saying.
5.2 yards.
He can't sit on the bench. He just can't.
No, you can't do that.
You can't give him 3-4 carries and let Hunt have 15. I think you can go like 15 and you run the ball a crap ton. Because Baker does better when you have a running game.
Oh yeah, he does. When he can get play action going, Baker Mayfield is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now you have the ability to throw it out of the backfield with Hunt.
Oh, absolutely.
Because he's good with getting out of the backfield too.
Yeah.
Hunt was good with that.
Yes, he is.
So now you really don't have to worry about it.
I mean, even Kareem Hunt, he only played 11 games this year. He was still the 20th back in the league in overall yards.
And he would have been top 5 easily.
He would absolutely. Because what?
How many yards did he have?
824.
In 11
824 yards in 11 games.
That's easily over. I would easily say over Chris Carson over 1151. He would have to be.
Yeah, and I think he beats out Joe Mixon too.
Yeah, slightly.
I think he's the fourth
statistically.
Yep,
yeah,
he's top 5.
Yep.
He's right under Todd Gurley.
I could agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I look at that. Oh man, it's beautiful. That 2-headed monster is our backfield right now, and it just makes me so happy.
I also think a big decision is like how long Hunt gets suspended and what Chubb does within that span. Because if he doesn't produce, then you give Hunt a lot of carries. Then
Yeah, I agree. If he doesn't produce and people are keying him, then you gotta feed him the rock.
That's what I'm saying. But if Chubb is dominating, you can't just be like, oh, Hunt's coming in. He can.
Yeah, no, you can't do that. You can't do that because then that's gonna mess with the offense as a whole.
You have to split it or do something that makes the offense run a 2-back set.
I agree.
Which is tough because what do you run, the split, a wishbone?
No, it's such a bad offense.
I guess it's what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
I think it's more about how are you gonna run this offense?
Yep.
In terms of your backfield, because no other team can say they have 2-star backs.
No, not like this.
Not like the Steelers.
Not two. They're gonna be
not like with the Steelers when they had Le'Veon.
Top 5.
Yeah.
If Chubb starts the whole year.
He's
one of
the he's more like Ezekiel Elliott where he pounds the ball.
Yes.
He's not gonna run. He's not gonna catch the ball, but you can feed him the ball 20, 30 times a game, and he's gonna eventually break out.
Yep.
He's a volume guy. That's how I see him. As the game goes on, he gets better because the defense is wearing out.
I agree with that. You know what? Good God, Landry had more catches than Odell this last year.
Because OBJ is a playmaker. Landry's supposed to be consistent. He just gets the ball 10 times a game for 80 yards.
Yeah, fair enough.
Maybe a touchdown. OBJ can go games for 3 catches for 90 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I think, in terms of if you're going to build this offense, I think Kitchens is obviously the right head coach then.
Oh, absolutely. I think he knows what he wants. He was able to utilize everybody last year and put the Browns offense. They were the second best offense in the league last year.
Second half, yeah.
In the second half of the season.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
That's what I'm saying. I think.
And that was with that awful game against Kansas City.
Yeah. And man, they struggled against Houston in the first half and they came back.
Yes, they did.
In terms of yards, points wise, not really, but. Second half, they were.
Let us know what you guys think. Comment on the video. Send us emails.
Like the video.
Yell at me.
Spread the word.
Spread the word. We're funny. Plus, we have a lot of knowledge, guys. Mm-hmm. All right, we're going to move on to our second topic, though, because we talked about this for a little while.
On the second episode or something like that?
Yeah.
Why don't you take a look and watch the video?
MLB Free Agency bug. This is something that one of the big name pitchers in the league. You guys have all heard of Max Scherzer.
Yeah, if you watch baseball, Max Scherzer is probably he's probably the best pitcher in baseball, or he's second or third. He is one of the best in a while, in my opinion.
Fair enough.
He's I don't know. I've always liked him.
I've never hated him.
Even when he was on all these other teams, he was still he's always been the ace on pretty much every team he's been on. So
currently he's just a little Mad Max.
Ha!
What are you talking about, free agency?
That was a good one.
I know it. Apparently he's not happy with how this year's free agency worked out before pitchers and catchers had to report for spring training.
Well, yeah, because you're looking at these guys that are not signed are key pieces to any team that they go on.
Yeah, and they can't build any chemistry with them.
No, because here's what's going to happen. If these guys are signed during spring training or after spring or when the season starts, they're going to have to come in. Then your lineup's going to have to get completely altered so they can fit.
Yep.
How do these teams prepare a lineup? You act like you're going to sign him, and then you don't. Then how do you go about it?
Yeah,
these teams that are going after him, maybe they're preparing for that, but at the same time, you also got to look at it. You got to use what you have, and how much are you willing to give up? In terms of money.
What would you give up for Bryce Harper?
For money, he was offered a 10-year, $300 million.
He was offered $30 million a year.
Yeah,
he turned it down.
Yeah.
Oh,
and now
I don't remember hearing that contract.
The Nationals, it was towards the end of the year. They were here's an offer,
and he turned that down.
He wants $400 million.
He's not going to get that. I don't think
now.
I think
now he's not going to because he was probably thinking that some team's going to chip a lot. They're going to put all their chips in to get him.
See, and I guess as a player, so call me Card. So correct me if I'm wrong, because you are, in my opinion, you're a baseball guy. That's why you're going to take the lead on all this. But the baseball, the sport of the bat and the ball.
Mm-hmm.
He said he wants $400 million by one team paying one player
$400 million over 10 years or so.
That contract, doesn't that take away from the rest of the team?
You're selling your future, in my opinion, because you're looking at the Nationals. They already have, I think, a lot of young guys, and they can pay a ton more to other guys. I want to say they can replace him, but they can produce. I mean, if you take a collective group, they can do what he did, and over a more consistent period of time. To me, if I was a team, if Harper wants $400 million, I'd pay him at the most.
Machado too.
I wouldn't pay him. I'd pay Machado maybe $250 at the most. I like Harper. I mean, in terms of outfield, I think your outfielder.
I like Machado's glove on third.
Again, but I don't know how much
his bat. I mean, come on.
They're
both. But Harper, he had a pretty off year hitting last year.
Yeah, but he's that guy. He still hits for power. He's a power hitter. Trout's, if we're going to compare him to Mike Trout, which people do, Trout's just consistently, he's just an all-around great player. Harper's got a good glove, good arm. He's a power bat, so even if he's not hitting the ball consistently, he's getting home runs or he's getting on base. He has a great on-base percentage. He misses that, I would say that consistency with getting the ball to hit the ball. His swing is, if you ever watch him, his swing the bat, he is looking to hit it over the fence every time. Trout just tries to hit it wherever the ball goes. Harper wants to swing for power every time.
So for Indians fans that are listening, so you would say Trout is more of a Michael Brantley, a contact guy, a guy trying to put it in play.
But Trout can put it over the fence.
Trout has the power.
But Trout can hit it anywhere in the field.
Well, Brantley did too.
That's what I'm saying. Trout has the ability to hit it.
Well,
he can hit 300 every year.
He's gone now, but
but Trout can hit it for a 300 batting average, while hitting 35, 40 home runs. That's insane.
That is insane. That's why he's the best player in the league.
Harper on his best year can do that as well, but he also every other year he has struggled. He gets 240 with a crap ton of strikeouts. Harper likes to strike.
Yeah, he has struck out a lot.
Yeah. And it's just, I don't know why, but every other year, he's just in the spell where he has MVP type caliber season. Next thing you know, he's hitting 240.
Average Joe.
Yeah,
he's Jason Kipnis.
Yeah, he's hitting his average is mediocre, but he's also hitting
mediocre.
30, he hits 30, 40 home runs, but his average is way down.
I agree.
And that's the problem.
All right, so
but again, that's what I think.
I mean, and you look at that, and they were at the beginning of free agency, MLB Network analysts, blah 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 blah. A lot of people were talking that maybe Machado and Harper would land on the same team.
They were saying the Phillies, and there's no way.
How are you going to pay $80 million to two guys a year?
You can't.
You can't even do 60.
MLB, you can get guys to do certain things. Like specialist guys, can they hit? I mean, you can get that. I mean,
like contract incentives.
No, as in you can get guys that they can be really bad infielder or bad fielders. For the Phillies,
Edwin.
Yeah,
Edwin's an awful glove.
Yeah, he's not that good on defense, but he hits the ball. He gets on base.
That's why he's a first baseman and not a third baseman.
Or that's why he's a DH too. The problem with the Phillies is they don't have a DH, so they're gonna have to work around those struggles. I'd rather take that risk as saying you pay some. I'd rather play the was it smart ball or low ball, money ball, as in not like with the way the Indians do it, but you can put more money into things, but you're gonna get more production. Indians just
you could pay for a bat, but you're gonna suffer defensively.
I would do that.
You would pay for the offense and suffer the defense.
Yeah, I would, because you also can rotate guys and put guys in where.
So you're saying that offense wins championships?
For baseball, yeah.
I was kidding. I mean, you saw where I was going there. I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that.
Because if you have good pitching and good offense,
yeah,
your defense can be average,
mediocre.
Literally, it can be realistically, it can be an average defense, and you'll win because you're putting runs on the board. Yep. And if your defense makes an error,
and if you got a strong middle, if you have a strong shortstop and second baseman who can throw to a big fat dude on first and turn double plays, your defense is okay.
I think your second baseman doesn't even have to be that.
You can take like an aging Ian Kinsler, and throw him at second.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Yeah, you go.
I think third baseman is more important because you need that arm.
Absolutely. You got to have younger. And I guess I don't mind Jose for the Indians talking Indians. I don't mind Jose there. But I'd rather have Donaldson there.
Oh yeah,
and he's gone too.
But Jose is a better second baseman. He fits.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you've seen him at that position. I'd rather take him at second baseman over third baseman any day of the week.
I don't even know who our third baseman is going into the season.
Was it Bauer's his first base? So
yeah,
I don't even know.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. I gotta look this up real quick because this is gonna mess with me.
But yeah, I would not. If the Phillies are saying we want at least Harper or Machado, we want one of them. I'm okay. I think that's the right move. I think that's smart. You're gonna pay. Granted, you're taking a lot of cap. You're gonna have to dump a lot of cap into one player.
Well, I agree, but at the same time,
to me, I don't know if you're worth. I don't know if any player is worth $40 million a year. I don't know. I don't think so. Just think about how much Harper's probably he's making the most money in MLB history if he gets a contract of that sort.
Yeah, I mean without a doubt.
But my thing is, with Harper, is he going to be consistent? If he's going to hit 250 or 240, whatever his what was his average, like 238 or something like that, and he's hitting 30, 40 home runs, I don't know if I want that.
No. I don't know if I want that.
Because that's too many strikeouts, especially at the top of your lineup. Like he said, your third, he's your third or fourth hitter. I don't want strikeouts. I want the guy to put it in play.
Oh, absolutely.
I like Harper. I really do. He's one of my favorite players.
I like Harper too. However,
but to me, he can't be hitting 240 at the top of the lineup and striking out a ton.
No way.
If he's hitting 270,
no, you can't start him off.
And he's supposed
I think he's too inconsistent.
But the thing is he a star? He's supposed to be the superstar caliber player. Superstars have to be consistent. Is he that? I mean, would you look at that? I mean, I don't know. Again, to me, if you're going to pay him, you got to look at him and say, you need to be productive every year.
Yeah.
You can't be hitting 238 with 30 home runs.
No,
because that doesn't pass. Because you can get almost any other, you can get a power guy to do that. Edwin does that every year. He hits 30 home runs with 225 average, drives 100 RBIs in. And how much do you pay him? $20 million? You pay him half that.
Yeah.
Granted, you don't get that defense. What is that much of a problem?
Yeah, but if you're knocking in 100 ribbies...
Is that much of a... Are you going to complain?
No, not at all.
And he's like 37, 38. He's an old guy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how many guys can you look at in free agency? Like, hey, go hit 30 home runs, 100 RBIs. You can strike out as much as you want.
Yep. There you go.
But he's not. But Edwin's not supposed to be a superstar player. He's not supposed to.
No, he was the 1 year, but it was 1 year.
But that's what I'm saying. Is Bryce Harper is supposed to be your
superstar?
He's what, 26, 27?
You think he's actually like 25?
So you're paying a guy for 12 years. You're the rest of your career.
The rest of his career is going to be wherever he wants to go.
Yeah. Or whatever he wants to do.
And realistically, his production's going to start falling off right about the time he hits 30.
Once he gets complacent,
yep,
saying like, "Oh, I'm making all this money."
Yep.
But again, he's got to be consistent.
Oh, he has to be, and I don't know if he will. I think Machado would be more consistent personally.
Because you get that defense, you get.
He's got a great glove at third, man.
He was known more as a shortstop. He's been playing.
Yes.
He
started as short.
He's an actual shortstop, but the Orioles placed him at third, and he's just as good. He's a Gold Glove at third or short.
Yes, and that's rare.
Yeah, and it's not like his offense is bad either. He's great defense.
Oh man, his offense is bad. I mean,
he's a solid bat too.
I like Machado.
If you're like in the Indians' perspective, you obviously have to sign Harper because you're not going to give up. I mean,
no, because you have nobody in the outfield. I got the depth chart pulled up, everybody. Jose is slotted to be the third baseman.
To me, he's more of a guy that he's
a second baseman.
He's a utility guy.
Then you got Kip.
Yeah.
So Kip's healthy. He's gonna play second. You got Greg Allen starting, Leonis Martin in center, and Naquin at right again. So this is back to our second show. I think
watch it, listen to it.
Listen, love it. And then you don't even have Santana defensively. They got him just
he's a DH.
That's what he was. Well, back when his knees were good, he was a solid catcher.
He was a solid.
I loved him behind the plate.
Yeah, I think he called a good game.
He did call. He called a great game. And he was okay at first. Oh no, they do have him at first behind Jake Bowers. Everyone the second show I dogged Jake Bowers hard.
Everyone is saying this guy is supposed to be.
He's gonna be.
I hope he
legit. I mean, but you look at his stats. He played half a year. If you double those stats and you play a full season, granted that's the likelihood of that happening is rare. He's legit.
If he's like what the Indians do, they're pretty bad in like the beginning of the year. They take their time to like get going.
Like you, okay.
Then he starts getting comfortable. Then if he starts producing, I'm not going to complain. But at the same time, is he this next big guy? Like I don't know.
I don't know. Like okay, so what? Carlos had Santana. Okay, so comparing Santana's at bats to Bauer's at bats. Last year, Santana had 560 at bats. Okay, 86 ribbies, 110 walks. Where was his homers at? How many homers? 24 dingers.
To me, I feel like that's just par for the course with him.
I agree. So that's 590, right? Did I say 590 or 560? You look at Bauer's at bats last year. He had 323 at bats.
Mm-hmm.
That's
a good amount.
That's a good amount, but it's not a full season.
No, it's half. What?
Yeah, about half. Right, 96 games played.
A little bit more than half.
Okay. He had 11 dingers and 48 ribbies and 54 walks. Now, granted, he struck out a lot.
Yeah, this is his first year playing in the MLB, so he's just
exactly.
As long as he comes like along and he's developing right, I have no problem with him at all. But as everyone's saying, is he this next big...
Everybody, every analyst I've read, talked to...
Oh, yeah, they're up in arms with this guy.
They love this kid.
They love... I'm sitting there like...
I don't see it yet. And then you look at his stats, and you go ahead, and you add a few more at-bats on there, and you realize if he played a full season, he's legit.
He's got to walk it like I tuck.
I mean... 54 walks in 96 games, that's not bad.
No.
You're on par for Santana.
As long as this guy
Santana gets a base.
Because this guy's 23. As long as he shows he can produce and do his job,
yeah,
I have no problem.
No, none at all. None at all. 11 dingers, I think that'll come. A lot of people are saying he's going to end up being a power guy.
Okay.
Sweet, let's go.
I just got to wait and see. I'm not going to sit here and talk about how this guy's like the next big thing.
What was it saying? What was I seeing?
I'm not willing
They said his glove fits best at first.
Which is fine.
Sweet. And then I look at this and I realize, who else is going to play first?
No one.
Nobody. You can throw any bum at first base, in my opinion. If you mean to tell me Edwin can sit there and function at first base and he's just a great big tub of goo with a bat.
Yeah.
You can swing and you can hit the ball. Anybody can play first base.
Yeah, if he can field decently, he's got to be the power hitter of the team. I mean, like, think about it, like
the first baseman. Yeah, he's got to be a power corner.
No, I mean like Bowers, he has to be the power hitter. Like,
and that's sad. That's scary to look at.
I'm not
because you're bringing a guy in who's essentially he still doesn't have a full year in the pros. He's just over half,
and he's basically he's got to be the guy that hits homer,
and he's got to be the power guy, and that's scary. Because the last lineup I saw, he is the fourth hitter. He's a fourth spot.
Yeah, because Ramirez and Lindor, they're good hitters, but they're also they're good power hitters, but they're also great just hitters in general. They're pure hitters.
Yeah, you don't want to because the power. No, you want them.
Bowers has to be your guy that if he strikes out a ton, he's also got to back up by hitting the ball over the fence a ton.
I don't remember where I saw it. All right, so go with me on it. But if I remember correctly, the lineup went something like it was leading off with Frankie, and then it was J-Ram, and then it was actually I think it was Kip
at third.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I agree.
I
agree. Well,
yeah.
And then Bowers, and then fill in the blank for everybody else. Like Perez was at the bottom.
But he shouldn't even be on the team in my opinion.
He shouldn't. I think catcher is without a doubt the weakest position, and that is saying something with this outfield.
Unless Kevin Plawecki is much better than
he's not even slated to start.
That's what I'm saying. If he's much better than I expect him to be, or I have hopes for, then that's great. Because Perez is good as a guy you throw in.
He can call an okay game. Perez calls an okay game. Defensively, he's mediocre.
I would say above average at best.
He's okay. He's coming from Jan. Jan developed into something nice. Carlos, in my opinion, Carlos Santana was a legitimate center.
Gomes
catcher.
was the best catcher out of all of those.
I agree.
Yeah.
And eventually your knees go out. I get that.
Yeah.
I got bad knees too. So I'm okay with Carlos at first.
Perez is not a starter though. He's that guy you throw in.
No, Perez is the guy you throw in to give the starter a break.
Which was pretty much.
Which was Jan. Which is exactly what he did.
Which is fine. That is fine.
That's why he only hit 190.
He's not a good hitter.
No, he's not. That's why he's
not a starter.
That's why it kills me because he's not that great defensively. 168 was his average last year. God, it makes me boil, man.
I can't. He can't be the starter. Like
no, I mean, so if you're the Indians, what are you doing to get a better catcher? Because that is terrifying.
Well, think about it. They sold it.
Would you say that your catcher is your most needed position on this team, or would you go with relief pitching or outfield?
I would say catcher. No, because you have no bat whatsoever as your starter.
None.
And a defender.
What I just say? 168.
You have literally probably the worst statistically starting like you're going based off of stats. He's probably the worst out of all starters
hitting catcher.
And he's not. I think he's known for his defense, but again, Gomes was a great defender, and he was a good hit. He was okay.
Gomes had a pop, man. He could gun.
He had a good good year last year. I was surprised.
Yes, he did. That's why he made the All-Star.
Yeah,
but second half of the year, he wasn't so great. However, first half of the year, he good enough to make the All-Star team. So,
but he also he was probably one of the best defenders in baseball behind the plate.
I agree.
He had a good arm, and he's good. He calls a good game.
Yeah, I agree. I look at this team and it's scary.
Cause I don't know what to expect. I don't. That's I just like everyone's saying they're gonna win the AL Central. I'm like, okay, good, but they're gonna get slaughtered in the playoffs again. Which is that really what you want to be as an organization? Like every year you make the playoffs, but
you get wrecked. You dominate the division. And then you get trounced.
But the thing is you're not even saying that's not even saying much when you're playing in the AL Central. You're literally the worst division in baseball.
Yeah.
Because every other team in this division, like the Tigers, Royals, Twins, honestly, I would take out the Twins. The Royals, Tigers, White Sox. Yeah, those three are all rebuilding. The Twins are like in the middle of the road because
which is sad because they went through their rebuild. Yeah. And now they're coming out as a contender to at least challenge the Indians for their division, in my opinion.
But they were supposed to be that. But every time in the second half, they just fall off drastically every year. Like in the first half,
they always give the Indians a fight. They always end up besting the Indians throughout the year at some point in a very strange fashion.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. It's again like I don't know. If you're playing to make the playoffs and just get slaughtered, you can't do that. I don't know.
No, I agree. I think
that's what fools do.
Yeah. If you're playing to make the playoffs and that's it, you go into the first round and then the Astros stomp you out.
Yeah.
What's the point, man?
Yeah, if you look at the roster, it's easily you have to get I don't even know like Brad Hand's a good reliever. I don't consider him elite. I would say he's like...
But see, and that's the thing. That's the best we got. And he's the closer.
I like Simber. I think he's good.
Simber, but when we had him last year, he was trash. It was his rookie year. But he was trash.
But, I mean, I'm okay if he can... I mean, if you look at...
I think after an offseason with the team, he'll be okay.
I think him and Han are fine. But everything else in your bullpen
is awful. Now, granted, Nick Goody was hurt last year, but the year before that, he was okay. But he's nothing to write home about. Dan Otero he needs to go.
every other guy.
Neil Ramirez.
I don't like him.
He's overrated. And Tyler Olson, who? He played a couple games and he was trash. Your bullpen is awful. I say needs our catcher, bullpen, everything in the outfield.
I just think a power bat in the outfield. Because all those guys, I mean, the guys in the outfield, they're not bad.
Naquin can hit power, but he strikes out so much.
You need an upgrade. You can do better.
And I think you can develop Naquin, and I really like Greg Allen, but he doesn't have that bat. He's a contact guy, that's at best, and he's still iffy on that contact.
Yeah, he's not a 300 hitter. He's
it's. And don't get me wrong, I'll take 250 if you can rock me 70 ribbies. You can rock me 70 to 80 ribbies. I'm okay with that.
If he's that opening guy,
you give me a 330 on base average. We're okay.
Get on base. He's a speed guy.
Man, he can move, and Naquin can steal.
Yeah, Naquin's, but he's hurt. He's always hurt.
Yes, he is. And Martin, he's a defensive guy. He's not a bad guy.
Yeah, which is fine if you're for your center fielder. Your center fielder is supposed to be your best defender,
which he's supposed to be. So I'm okay with that.
So if Naquin's supposed to be your power hitter, don't get hurt.
Yeah, I mean, really.
We also talked about this on the second episode, so please check it out.
Check it out. All right, we're gonna move on. We're gonna talk about Trevor Bauer, and then we're gonna quickly talk about the AAF. So Trevor Bauer had his arbitration hearing this week, and I guess the Labor Relations Department was upset because
he got more money than he expected
in 2018.
Yeah, so they used this to I want to say blackmail, but hurt him in his case for getting more money. But he donated, so he got more money last year than what he was expected to get. So he donated to charities he's donated over $80,000.
Yeah, he donated a lot of money to 68 different charities. And then on the 69th day, he donated $69,000 or something. Mm-hmm. For 69. And the amount he donated to all these charities was $420.69. So the Labor Relations Department of the MLB, they were upset because the donation amount that he gave these people was $420, $420, and 69 cents. 69. Yeah, it's childish. I mean, it's kind of funny, though. And it's his money.
Yeah.
I mean, get over yourselves. Realistically, he donated to charity. Who cares? You think the people at the charity said, we don't want your 420 money.
Yeah.
Really, get out of here. People needed that. Come on. So, I mean, yeah, it's funny. It's also his money. If I'm gonna give you money and I decide to give you $69.
But if this is based on how much money you're making, it shouldn't be based off character. Well, in a way, if he's doing stuff like drugs and bad stuff, this isn't bad.
No. He's not smoking pot because they all do drug testing.
He's playing.
He's playing.
It's not like he's getting charged for PEDs.
Exactly. And not only was he playing, if he stays healthy, he's in the bid for Cy Young. By far. I think he takes it last year if he stays healthy.
Yeah, he had a bad.
The guy got hurt with how many months left in the year, and he had over 200 strikeouts already.
Yeah,
he was dealing last year. He was disgusting.
Yeah, the starting rotation for Indians was really...
I mean, and realistically, I said it earlier, I don't know if I said it on the show, if they ended up trading Kluber, because this was, a month ago, or, a month and a little while ago that we talked about in the second episode. Listen. If they ended up dealing Kluber, he's the starter. He's your ace.
Yeah, which I have had no problem. I've always liked Bauer.
Oh man, the stuff that he does with that.
I just feel like he's inconsistent at times, but he's fine with it, in my opinion.
Yeah, but then he bounces back. I mean, granted,
if he does what he did last year for an entire season, watch out.
He's the best pitcher in the league.
One of the best, easily. Yeah.
I think he surpasses everybody. If he does what he did last year for a full season.
He's a top 5 player. I don't know about playing him as the best.
Best. You see what he did last year? Man, you're going to make me do this. Jeez, man. Wasting time and all this. So.
Everybody all set?
Nope. 27 games started.
Okay.
Played in 28. 175 innings. 221 strikeouts. Averaged over 100 pitches.
Mm-hmm.
That's gross. I think. All right, so hold on. So let's compare it to Kluber. Kluber played all year. So that's how many more weeks? Five more weeks.
5 more starts.
So 5 more starts. 222 strikeouts.
Mm-hmm.
5 more. 215 innings. That's another. What did I just say? That's another.
About 40 innings, yeah.
I mean, come on. He already surpassed Kluber.
I'm not saying he's a bad pitcher. I'm just not saying he's the best.
Kluber
pitcher.
was in the final runnings for Cy Young last year in the AL.
Was he?
Yeah.
I thought Bauer was too.
Nope. Bauer got snubbed. He ended up being like 6th. Kluber, I think, was 3rd.
I got no answer.
Exactly. You're right. You got no answer.
I
think you got to give him the nod.
Oh yeah,
40 less innings, just as many strikeouts.
I'm not. Yeah, again, I'm not saying for AL.
And clearly, the offense came alive a little more for Kluber too.
I mean,
because he had 20 wins. Granted, he had a great year, but jeez.
I mean, for the AL Cy Young, I'm not saying if he doesn't deserve it. I'm just not saying I'm not going to say he's the best pitcher in the league.
No, I mean,
I can't say that.
I mean, you look at Bauer gave up 134 hits. Kluber gave up 179.
Yeah, the stats speak for itself.
Yeah, they do. Man, I don't know. He gave 16 or 25 home runs. Bauer gave up 9. I think he was on pace to be.
Oh yeah, he
should have won the Cy Young in the AL. So wait a minute. All right, so if he wins the Cy Young in the AL, that means that he is the best pitcher in the AL
that year.
Yeah,
I have no problem saying.
So then, who beats him as best pitcher in the league that year?
Who won the?
You can say what, Kershaw?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm a big Dodgers fan too. I like Clayton, but I mean my bias shows here. I don't know. I think Bauer takes it when you wheel like that. It's killing me. That's killing me. That average.
Mm-hmm.
So, let me look it up.
I just want to look up something real quick.
Are you gonna look up some Kershaw? Oh, some Scherzer. See, all right. Now we're gonna make it interesting. See, let's look up some cookie stats real quick. Where are you at? God, he had a gross year too, but he still pitched. I mean, the way Bauer was pitching, he blows everybody else out of the water.
So
all right, so Scherzer,
18-7, 2.53 ERA, 220 innings pitched, 300 strikeouts. That's 80 more strike. in a whip that what's
oh
Bauer's?
wait, how many innings though? I mean, he had
220.
220. Well, all right, so what? 220. So what? He beats him by. I mean, I got to be honest. I don't know if Bauer gets 80 more strikeouts.
79. That's 79. So I would say in 5 more starts, you figure he averages like a 6 to 7 a game. That's about 42.
6 to 7 a game. I was 221 to 175. Do the number on that real quick.
6 times 7 is 42.
Oh, never mind. That didn't work out so well. So, all right. So, yeah, about 1 inning. So, all right. So, fine. Yeah, he takes it. Scherzer was wheeling. I'm not saying he's a bad pitcher. I'm just saying.
I'm not. Again, I'm not saying Bauer's a bad pitcher, but like
I'm saying.
I just can't say Bauer is one of the best.
He is one of the best.
I say
these top 3, arguably. That year, not ever. That year.
Yeah, maybe.
You're killing me with this, kid. I just showed you proof. I showed you stats. He stays healthy. He blows every other pitcher on the best rotation in the MLB out of the water.
Oh yeah, I don't know if I can say he's the best though. If top 3,
yeah.
I don't know.
AL Cy Young winner. So it would go Scherzer, Kershaw, Sale.
I'm looking at Sale right now.
You're looking at Sale. Well, no, I think he won that Cy Young last year. How many strikeouts? He had
237.
237.
158 innings pitched.
Was he hurt? Oh, that's right. He did get hurt. 158.
His ERA was lower. He had one start less than Bauer.
I think he won the Cy Young too. Actually,
I'm not positive. I can't say top 3. I don't know if I can.
I think you. Well, so what would you say? All right,
top 10.
Top 10.
Yes.
He's top 10 now.
Yeah, I would say he's a top 10.
And then the other 4 Indians pitchers are in that top 10 too in 2018.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. The entire rotation is top 10. And I would put Bauer at the top of that. I would put Bauer as the best Indians pitcher last year.
Oh, yeah. If he finished out the year healthy, he would have been by far.
Yeah, he was pacing to be anyway. God, that's sad. I hope he deals this year. I hope he wheels and deals this year. So, yeah, moral of the story, Trevor Bauer said his character was assassinated. His personal character was assassinated by the Labor Relations Department of the MLB because they decided to mock him about $420.69.
I don't know.
Top 5 pitcher. I think he's just great. I mean, he donated to charity. Just leave it alone, people. I mean, really, just shut up about it. It's stuff like that's annoying.
I agree.
Alliance football, or Alliance of American Football, excuse me, some AAF. So last week we talked about it. We talked about the whole show was this league.
Yep.
Listen to it. It was last week.
To the show. So, game we were able to watch. San Diego Fleet and San Antonio Commanders. Logan Woodside looked all right.
Yeah, the thing I think he lacked the most was anything was consistency.
Yeah.
He had some good plays.
Yeah.
I was
Verkovici was best known for getting
whacked. He's gonna be like their new logo's gonna be
gonna be Verkovici losing his helmet and then his brains.
Yeah, their new
Oh, what happened?
You know, like the NBA's like their logo's like David West with the dribble. It's gonna be Verkovici with his helmet flying off.
It's gonna be something. Another game: Orlando Apollos versus the Atlanta Legends. Apollos blew them out. By the way, I guess you can say San Antonio Commanders won. Go ahead.
Since Michael Vick was the coordinator for the Legends, I guess you can say they got dogged.
Sorry,
it's mean. You're an awful person.
I guess I am.
I didn't get to watch this game. Actually.
No, I wasn't able to. I saw some of the highlights. It was Jalen Marshall scored the first touchdown in AAF history. Guess who's that? Who guess where he's from, college wise?
OSU.
Ohio State University.
No big deal.
That's not bad. I mean, Aaron Murray got in the game. I see that for Atlanta. Matt Sims threw a whopping 126.
Oh, also another clip I saw Matt Sims get like slaughtered.
Oh yeah, he did. It was great. Yeah, you sent me that one. You're like, hey, watch this guy. All you hear is the wind get knocked out of him as he got railed into the ground. Sucks to suck, buddy. Apollo smashed him 40-6 in that game. The Birmingham Iron versus the Memphis Express. Birmingham shut them out, which is interesting.
I was not expecting that. I thought the Express would have done much better.
Yeah, I did too.
I don't know. I just thought Singletary would have done much better.
I agree. I absolutely agree. I mean, Trent Richardson only had 58 yards rushing. I mean, that's pretty mediocre. And this Luis Perez guy, somebody nobody heard about, he's like the GOAT in Division II football.
Yeah, I guess so.
He goes from bowling to football, and he's
pretty good at it.
Goatesque. And then Memphis, they
just decided
Hackenberg threw 87 yards.
I guess they were too busy, listening to music in Tennessee or something like Nashville or whatever. I don't know I don't know what happened.
And then Zach Stacy didn't run so well.
They could not express themselves on the offense.
That's awful. Birmingham smoked them 26-0.
Express probably got one of the best logos in the league, in my opinion.
The Express?
Yeah, they got.
That's pretty cool.
On their helmets, though, they're nice.
That's not bad.
San Diego Fleet have the best helmets, though, no doubt. There's no question about it.
Those are pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. I like Birmingham's, just a flat black, with the silver stripe in the middle. And then the last game, which was a barn burner.
Oh yeah.
The Arizona Hotshots versus the Salt Lake Hotshots versus Salt Lake Stallions. Hotshots won 38-22.
This was the most offense that you've seen all.
Oh yeah, and now I don't know who John Wolford is, but I knew he put up 275, which is
Yeah, well, I mean,
It's no slouch.
no, he got like Player of the Week for the AAF, so good. Shout out to you, John Wolford.
Oh yeah, go ahead and give the show a follow.
Yeah.
And then the other team, Brandon Oliver. He didn't do good. 40 yards rushing. That's nothing. That's actually almost less than nothing.
You would think that like their running game would be strong, like against any team.
Yeah, with Oliver, and I don't even see
Asiata.
I mean, like, what is going on? I saw him playing today. There's a game going on right now, but obviously we're doing the show, so we can't give you updates.
Just for you guys.
Yeah. Oh, that is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's ran a little longer, but Kareem the Dream, come on home. We appreciate you. Trevor Bauer, you're gonna be.
Keep donating to charity.
Thank you all for listening. God bless.